Hey there, everybody. How are you this evening? This is NJ Evans, and this is the evening drive home. I was wondering, would you mind assisting me on a little project that I'm working on? I really want to get really down into this dyslexia thing because I'm starting to see a couple of connections, and I wanted to see whether or not you are noticing them as well. So, if you're not dyslexic, you probably have no clue what I'm talking about. However, if you are dyslexic and you're, let's say, about 45 and above, then this question is for you, especially if you have any children. Have you noticed any consistencies or inconsistencies in the educational component as far as your kids are concerned in school? Case in point, I have this real thing in my mind about kids that are in the third or fourth grade, and I correct myself, and young people who are in the in the grades 6 and 7. Now, those two age brackets are pivotal times. And we really didn't even know how important they are. Not really. We kind of like was fudging it as we go along because, after all, there's no handbooks with being a parent. But you see, it becomes even more important by the time they hit the age of 12. And it's a done deal after that. Whatever you see is what you get. Okay. But it all ties together because people want to take dyslexia and separate it from the rest of the world and the rest of what it is that you do in life. And you can't do that. So, all the emotional stuff that you encounter, you'll encounter it if you're dyslexic. If you're not dyslexic, well, then you might not encounter it on the same vein, but you will still have the same kind of issues, possibly. Case in point, if you're not dyslexic, that means that you're doing pretty good in school unless you just choose not to. But if you are dyslexic, then that third grade, fourth grade, sixth grade, seventh grade becomes very important. That's what I'm saying. It becomes very important because they'll also label you in those two grades. And that's not a good thing because they're not really giving you a chance. And they have no concept, no idea, and I mean the teachers, have no concept or idea what it is that you, the student, is, or your child, the student, is actually dealing with. So here's my question to you. What do you think are some of the stress factors that you, as the adult with a child that's dyslexic, or you, as the adult, encountered when you were attending school as a dyslexic? And did you even know you were dyslexic? So if you could just leave one sentence, two sentence in the comments, I would love it. If you don't want to be identified as such, you can see my email address and you can just send me an email and you can get to me directly that way as well. The reason why I'm saying this to you is because I would really, really like to hear your thoughts on that because I know what I encountered, and I could write a book on that. But what I wanted to do is see just how off the mark was my experience from your experience. And plus, I'm coming from an era when dyslexia wasn't even on the map. Nobody knew what the heck that was. Nobody cared what that was. Just get the grades that you need to get and let's get out. Let's keep it moving. So, if you can do that for me, I would really, really appreciate it. I love you forevermore. Now, with all sincerity of heart, this is something that's very, very close to my heart and something that I would really like to be able to navigate and understand and assist other young people who are coming at this stage of the game through that same era because I would prefer them not, uh, especially if all they have is dyslexia, be channeled towards becoming medicated and everything else. I'm not against medication, that's an individual's preference. All right, I'm just stating mine that for this particular thing here, I would like to see whether or not the child is really dyslexic. If they're really dyslexic, well, that's a no-brainer. They can come through that. They just need the tools. So, in order for us to find out what the tools are, what is the what is the dyslexia? See, that was a diphthong for me, huh? Tripping over my own tongue. Anyway, ladies and gents, I thank you so much for your 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and I'm going to leave you and bid you a fond farewell for the rest of this day. and I'll come back with something else. I have a couple other people who are supposed to be responding to this. I just wanted to jumpstart this whole thing because I'm very excited about it, because I see something here. And maybe you'll come with me on this journey to see whether or not this is something that you will be able to use as we go forward. What do you think? This is NJ. Remember to create the reality that you truly do desire, not one that you don't. Watch what you focus on, because that can become the issue at hand. Alrighty? Okay. So let's go forward. Let's leave. I'm out of here.